Hello everyone, this is Shabli here. It is time for another Q&A video, but this time it's about my 5,000 subscribers. First of all, it blew my mind I actually had reached 5,000 subscribers. I never expect to have so many in a so short time. I'm just baffled. You can't imagine how it feels to have reached 5,000 limit milestone. And for the next milestone I hope to reach is probably 6 or 7,000 within the next year or two or so. But over time it might happen. But still, 5,000 subscribers, it is more than I ever could have imagined for so short time. I know that might sound a bit weird, but had I ever asked for have so many subscribers at some point? Perhaps, but I never expect to have so soon. But overall, I promised I would do a Q&A video where you're gonna ask me any questions you want and how many you want for a limit time to me to answer. And for the past few Q&A videos, I had between 20 to maybe 30 questions, and this time I only had like 11. I was actually quite surprised that I didn't have so many. I mean, I reckon normally when I did a Q&A announcement, people will suddenly ask me so many questions. But this time I wasn't even surprised. This was something that I didn't expect. I first thought within the next day or two after I announced the video, I probably would have had maybe 5, maybe 10 questions or something. But I only had 2 people who asked me questions. Cody Lane had asked me 10 questions. One other one was DH Lightning Bolt who asked me 2 questions. So they are actually more 12 questions for more to say. But anyways, I will start with the questions, and after that maybe perhaps I might say something else, but at least from that. So the first question is from DH Lightning Bolt. What made you come up with the idea for making these videos? Well, the first reason why I started making these videos is that after I saw several other people have made some My Opponent videos, for example, Twilight X Flash Sentry, and also many pictures with them on their dates, like just hanging out, cafe or something, and I even had read some fanfiction stories, and I was kind of interested into how am I to make my own. So I decided just to make the main 6 and a few background characters, and I actually didn't expect to have so many responses with, well, not many, at the first only few requests about to make a love story. And I thought, oh okay, sure, I can make this as well. And I just say, after those first was made, and after a few more requests came in, and I okay, sure, I did that as well. But over time, it literally had increased from 1 to 5 requests per day or so to nearly a dozen. And you may not understand how many shippings there are within the fandom itself. I just say it is a lot. My own girlfriend, she had found literally over 1,700. That I mean 1,700 shippings. I didn't expect that many. But I have to say though, there are some shippings out there that I won't ever will make. Some of the shippings are like Twilight with her own brother, which is never going to happen. Never. The only thing that I will never do any love stories of someone who is related like siblings, which is basically wrong. But otherwise, if they were like Twilight and her brother, but a true friend story, that is the opposite, is more acceptable. But I would never do any love stories of someone who's related, like Big Mac with Freyberg, or as an opposite. And even if I first didn't want to make so many love stories, there were a few times that I didn't expect to have so many subscribers or even to make so many love stories. But it first originally planned to make the main 6 and a few background characters and then move on to something else. But over time, it has gone from just those stories into even more. But it even had been a few non-My Little Pony shipping stories, like with the Wings Club, and one other few that I haven't even started on. Since you cannot imagine how many people ask me just daily basis about to make their love stories. You can't imagine how that feels. It happened a few times that I was like, okay, I am finished with that story, and that's going to be the last one, and I move on. But it never happened. I have made nearly 400 love stories, and did you expect me to stop now when I suddenly have made so many love stories, and including I get so many great friends and so many fans who actually love my stories? No. Even so many stories that hasn't been made, or there are so many plenty of stories that can be made, it's still one god. This will keep me busy for the next several years, or perhaps even longer, depends how many love stories that I can do, and also which types of, since there are quite several love stories that not find to be even possible. Some are actually like Garble with Chrysalis. I did actually saw a picture of their daughter, which was fan made. I had to say though, I thought that was like, no way, not reason to ever do that story, even if that seems to be logic that they could work. But their daughter, it didn't even look like a dragon or a change. To me, it looks like a zombie who has been recently dead and came back as a living zombie. I mean, no one to that one. And there are so many other stories that might be happening, since I had so many stories in my mind to make. So if anyone asks someone when the last story to be made, you have to at least be patient. All your stories will be made, just keep in mind it takes time. And since many people ask for those stories, you know what I understand? If you ask me one story and there's another person asking me to make that story first, and since I had other stories in mind before then, those stories had to be put on hold again. And yeah. And for DH Lightning Bolt's second question, will you still be here for Generation 5 on My Little Pony? The answer to the question is yes, I will. I will continue to make love stories even if I'm based on Generation 4 and perhaps even Generation 5. But I can't say for sure now that if I will make love stories from the next generation, because we don't have seen much about what's going to happen. The only we know for sure the main 6 is taking part of the series. But we can't say much about exactly what's going to happen or what what other characters will be part of the show, if Spike will be part of it, since he was part of the other 3 generations before, so I mean, why not? But we cannot say much about this for Generation 5 now, and but I say yes, I will still be here for next generation, even if this current generation is over, sometimes end of this year, I will still be there to be part of the fandom, even if the next generation starts. I still want to be Brony, even if the current generation is over and the next one has just started. And even if this continues to Generation 5, 6, or perhaps even Generation 8, I will still be part of the Brony community, even though probably not be the same, but I will still remain inside as the Brony fandom and continue to make love stories, even from Generation 5, 4, and onwards. That is my answer for that question. And Cody Lane had asked me at least 10 questions. And I say, wow, that is a lot of questions, but at least I can say this. His first question is, do you think and agree that My Little Pony deserves a 10th season and more? And he said, quote, I will still be heartbroken if it doesn't end, if it ends, end quote. And I do agree that it deserves a 10th season and more. I mean, why would they suddenly decide to break this fandom this particular show has been on for nearly 10 years now. And most of the other series, I didn't expect the series to end perhaps after this 4th season, but nearly 10 years? Why exactly now would they decide to just end it? But I do agree, it deserves a 10th season and more, because this series has been so great for the many other fandom itself. I know that many doesn't perhaps didn't want to wonder to self, why did they decide to end a great show when it has been on for TV for nearly 10 years and suddenly just gone? And like exactly what made them, under the staff itself, especially Hasbro, why they decided to just end a great show like that. Who knows? We may never know. But anyways, his second question is, do you believe this current season will show Spike deserving chance to express his love to Rarity? Well, might happen, we know. We might not say for sure it could happen, but if I my strongest opinion, I would say it is a yes, that Spike deserves to have a chance to express his love for Rarity, cause of this time ever since we know that season 9 is the final season. Spike has been in love with Rarity for 9 years, and he has never had any opportunity to ask or even tell Rarity how he feels for her. So even if the series is going to end, so why not give him the opportunity to at least telling Rarity how he feels about her? So I say, give Spike the deserved chance to tell Rarity how much he loves her. I mean, if this is going to be the last season, so why not give him the chance, the opportunity to tell her? I mean, this is crazy. I know that many fans out there feel the same thing. Like, let Spike have the chance, at least a moment in the series, in the season 9, to tell Rarity how about he feels about it. And also, that is a strong shipping. Spike, Rarity, yeah. And his third question is, do you believe this serves a purpose bigger than just saying save the Crystal Empire, like saving Equestria from like a war or anything based on a conflict? Well, that's actually quite interesting. I mean, what is like if this... Well, actually, Spike actually did that in one of the convict stories. where he actually helped dragons mate with them when they were in some sort of conflict between the Yaks. So, in that perspective, Spike had actually helped to saving the Dragonlance, the dragons, from being entered in like a war with the Yaks. So in that perspective, he actually managed to prevent anything to happen. But if it was for Equestria, that is something that I actually could see. Like the main six are occupied with somewhere else, and the Spike had something else that he had a plan or some solution to end this conflict before even erupts even worse. So I say give Spike an opportunity in the series before it ends that he can actually be stopping a big conflict with some kingdom with Equestria. I mean, we've seen Spike being brave over the past few years. So why would not give him the opportunity to save Equestria from a certain conflict? Ever since he did that for the dragons with the Jacks, so why not he do that for Equestria? I mean, sure, give him the right, give him the best opportunity to do that. I say, yes, do it, and he will deserve that for this opportunity. Yeah. And for his fourth question is, do you think the My Little Pony movie should have a sequel? And he said, I do, because I want and hope the sequel show a little more about Spike and him being chosen as a hero. And I just say that it would be actually interesting to see another sequel to this movie. But since there's going to be a movie itself around 2020-21, but they will not be the same. But from what I heard, it's going to be based on Generation 5, not the current one. But it would be amazing to have a scene as a current generation with a sequel. I mean, come on. We're seeing a movie with Spike Pardo that's trying to help his friends, especially when Capper used Spike as a flamethrower. I mean, that was awesome. But still, I mean, even if there was that, I mean, can we see a sequel with the main six and with Spike is more bigger, a little bit has a little bit stronger role as a hero, and as I said, it had its opportunity to be, well, as a hero. And I had to say yes. I mean, give Spike a little more bigger role in the sequel, that he can be more as a hero. That is, I believe. And his fifth question is, do you think My Little Pony should have his own video game? Well, I do actually say that they actually deserve his own video game. I mean, within the many other fandoms within many other fandoms or franchise, they actually literally had many games. Like Super Mario has many games and a TV show, and Donkey Kong, he has a TV show and a number of games. Sonic, he has many shows from the early 90s, and he has overwhelmingly so many games. So why would it that My Little Pony had its own games? Sorry, but I have to say that My Little Pony actually deserved to have its own video game. Many of the many other franchises has its own games. So why not My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? Even that the series has this Amino Games app, but not the same, but at least that is some part of it. But I believe that they should actually have its own video games. I actually do believe that. And Cody's sixth question: do you think Cozy Glow is now jealous of the main seven? because it looked like that in episode Frenemies when she acted very hot-tempered. And my answer to that is a very, very strong opportunity to say yes. I mean, before she even became discovered, she was the main culprit, the main suspect, the main villain in season 7's ending, season 8. I mean, she has been a little more jealous about the main 7 after she found out she was the one who'd been drained the magic from Equestria. So I have to say she has been very much jealous and even hot-tempered. Even she acts to be controlling her temperature, or at least her temper. It might not be the same, but yeah, that is I all believe. And his seventh question is, what other famous actors do you think deserve to be part of the Meloponic show? And he thinks that Mark Hamill, who is known for playing Luke Skywalker in Star Wars and voicing the villain Joker from the DC Comics. And if there's going to be a sequel, Cody actually thinks that Mark Hamill should be part of the Meloponic sequel as the voice of an advised and calm dragon. Actually, that is not a bad idea. I mean, having Mark Hamill part of the this particular series, season 9, as a character, even if it's just for one-time character, I think that would be amazing. We have seen Weird Al is part of it as a character in the series, so why wouldn't we have an opportunity to see Mark Hamill as part of the Meloponic series, even as only for one-time character? I mean, that would be really amazing. That is, I believe, anyways. His 8th question is, like Rainbow, Pinky, Twilight, do you think some other Meloponic characters ought to deserve to be shown in the Death Battle too? And he said, I do. Meloponic characters deserve this like a chance, so he thinks maybe that they could appear with Applejack, Discord, Rarity, Sunset Shimmer, and maybe Starlight Glimmer. And I do think, actually, it would be amazing to see Applejack, Sunset, Starlight, and even Discord in part of this Death Battle. I mean, like, for example, Discord with, I don't know, Raven, or Discord with Deathpool. And it would be amazing combo. I mean, sure, seeing Discord battle against Deathpool, that would be amazing. Or perhaps even, I don't know, but still, that would be amazing to see those characters in. But what other characters that would be deserve to be part of? I probably would say Big Mac and Shining Armor. But you ask why? Because first of all, Big Mac, even he's not to say much, but he's actually a very strong character. He's one of the strongest ponies in the show itself. And Shining Armor, even if he's the captain of the Royal Guard in Equestria, he has been proven to be very loyal, strong, even tell the magic, so that Big Mac and Shining Armor could be a great opponent to anyone who opposed them in a death battle. That is what I believe anyways. And yeah. And his 9th question would be, what do you think of one of the 6 pillars? And he has said that I always have a thing of between Cenebula and Mage Medenbrook, because they're both stunning, achieving, and beautiful all about that. And if I have to say, except from all 6 pillars, I probably say Flash Magnus, because he's cool, very loyal, brave, and And even Rockhoff, he's one of my favorites because he is strong, but also very goofy and very talented in many stories. So he's telling all the stories. I can say that Flash, Magnus, and Rockhoff is one of my two favorite male characters of the Six Pillars. But if I had to say from the female characters in all six pillars, that would be, well, Cenobia actually. She seems to be more the most calmer type person. She never seems to be acting or, I mean, she doesn't seem to be, I don't know, the violent type, but she more calm, like Guru, or at least meditation or so. But I think, so I say Cenobia, Rockhoff, and Flash Magnus is one of my three absolute favorites. But if I had to say Cenobia, she's actually quite beautiful as a character. I admit that to that. And his 10th and final question is, does Spike deserve to be with Rarity? And he said, to me, 100%. And I had to admit though, Spike actually deserves to be with Rarity. If you had to imagine how many stories there's been with Rarity and Spike over the past few years, so why wouldn't that be? I mean, Spike helps Rarity with as much as he can to help her, and in her boutique, or go to the gem's cave to find some gemstones for her. And even in that particular episode when he got a kiss from Rarity, and that he didn't clean his cheek for a long time. I mean, sorry. But yeah, I do actually believe that Spike deserved to be with Rarity after that he actually done so much to her. And she had been doing so much for him, helping him with so much things that he could need. Even especially in the episode when Spike actually gave her this heart-shaped ruby, which is quite rare to find in a Malifaux universe. But still, I actually believe that Rarity deserved to be with Spike. Even if that's many fans might say Spike deserved to be with someone else, like maybe Fluttershy or Applejack. But my belief is that he actually deserved to be with Rarity. And that is my strongest belief in it. I mean, they are a quite cute couple, even if Spike is still a baby dragon or something. But to me, Spike deserves to be with Rarity. That is my only opinion about that. So, after that, I really think that Spike actually deserves to be with Rarity. You have to imagine how much he has been going through so much that over the past 8 seasons before season 7, he was like a punching bag for most of their jokes or some of their adventures. But after season 7 and onwards, he has been treated more differently. But I say, Spike actually deserves to be with Rarity. And I really hope that the staff actually make an episode where Spike finally reveals his true feelings for Rarity and that he actually sees one chance only now to be opportunity to tell Rarity how he actually feels about her. I can only hope that it actually will happen. If it doesn't happen, I will be disappointed to the staff of this company who makes the series. I will be among many others that's just devastated. I can't imagine how this fandom say Spike finally had this opportunity before the series ends to tell Rarity how he actually feels about her, but then the staff never considered to ever let him do it. I would be shocked. But let's say for sure, we can only hope that it will happen. And that is all the questions that I had so far in this Q&A video. But you may wonder and think if I am disappointed that I didn't have many questions this time. But in fact, I wasn't. Even if I did only have 10 questions, or perhaps just 15, or just 10 questions. I'm not actually disappointed this time. I'm not. Really. As long as I have some question to answer, I'm not disappointed at all. I'm just happy to answer some people's questions. Even if this is one person who asked me 10 or 20 questions, I'm just happy to answer as many questions as I can. I'm also just happy to announce that even if that many people doesn't believe I am happy to answer as much questions, but I actually am. And also, the next Q&A video, I'm not so sure when it's going to happen. Not likely. I will say maybe if I reach 5,500, or if I reach 6,000 subscribers. But I cannot say for sure yet when it will happen, since I don't know. Maybe. And also that many other people have asked me to make their love stories. Well, for now, I probably won't make any other request stories for, I don't know, for some time. Exactly how long? Maybe a couple of weeks. I have other few stories that I had to make first. Because if I had to put my own stories I had in plan for months, perhaps from weeks to months, they will probably never be able to be made if I had to make other people's requests. Not that saying that I would never do them, because I will. Just it takes some time. So that is all I have to say. I know that many wants to see the stories to be up soon, but you have to realize it takes time that to make one story. Since even if I do have a lot of spare time at basically, and also saying that my vacation from work is basically over by tomorrow. So Monday at work, I'll go back to work as normal again. Even if I do have a lot of spare time during the weekends, but I cannot say for sure what's going to happen, since if my parents want me to help them with something like wash a dog or help something at home, that gives me less free time to spend on the videos. But I can say the stories will continue to be made, even if it takes a little bit longer time to make them. But that is all I can say for now. But also, I'm happy to have answered the questions for anyone who asked me. So until next time, perhaps soon enough. And also, subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, this is SwitchW, over and out.